Present.
And I don't know what's going on with Lindia.
Because right now we have a quorum with 4 of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other communications and announcements, Roger?
Yes, I do have some. I didn't know if I wanted to bring them up now or bring them up as
You want to do it under G?
as other business.
Okay, we can do that. All
Okay.
right. All right, so then we'll drop down to approval of the minutes. Have you had an opportunity to review the minutes back in September, correct? Yeah, September 17th. Any questions or comments, arrows of omissions?
Scott Brooks.
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I see Scott Brooks here. Yeah, it's muted though, Scott. You're muted. There you go.
Myself flooded.
There
They
you
want
go.
my background to interfere with anyway.
I move to approve the minutes of September 17, 2020.
Second.
Second.
Okay. We'll do a roll call, Carly.
All right. Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Yes. And Chuck, just so you know, Scott Brooks, he's the fire marshal. He sits on the board kind of like Sharon Ferraro does when necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
A symbol, so I knew he was something official.
Well, we had to get rid of the other one. He was on, remember he broke his leg and, there, so we had to, we put him to rest, to sleep, now we've got Scott, You'll have to share that with him, like what I said. You'll just have to share that with him. There, now you're unmuted. Now you can share that with him.
I'll make sure.
All right.
There you go.
So let's see. Okay, so
Sharon.
are we gonna have Tustin, are they available, or because I can have Roger read this into the record? We can start out with the 913 Dewing Avenue building.
Okay.
Yes, we would do it the same as you would live.
Oh, there's Sharon. She's muted though. Hey, you got unmuted though, Sharon. Oh,
I'm here.
There you go. There you go. See, Chuck always wondered if you actually exist, and I said, you sure do.
Oh, I know, Sharon.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
All right.
I bet Ben knows Sharon too.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but I won't repeat what Ben says about Sharon. We can't do that,
I think between my dad and I, we know everybody.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, your dad's 90, right? 90.
He didn't quite make it to 99. He had COVID this summer, so he didn't make it.
Oh,
that's too bad.
sorry. So I'm sorry, going back to Mike and Roxanne Tussin, are they going to appear? Do we want to read that into the record?
You would continue just as
Okay.
you would in person.
Okay. All right. So Roger, do you want to go through and read? We're going to keep it because there's two properties involved. We want to start with the 913. I'm going to put it over here. 913 Dewing Avenue building. Do you want to? I would say let's get into where the staff recommendations, because we already have the agenda where it gives us the costs and the, it has all the information. So why don't you just drop down to Roger, the staff recommends adoption of the following motion about the consideration of this property. You want to go over that?
Yep. 913 Dewey, the staff recommends that the Building Board of Appeals finds this structure and grounds at 913 Dewey Avenue constitutes a dangerous building and blight due to conditions and violations detailed in the February 1st, 2021 Building Board of Appeals notice of determination. And those violations are as followed. This property has been stripped down to the interior substrate, or exterior, has been stripped down to the exterior substrate. The interior of this structure is in an uninhabitable condition and has remained in this condition for many months due to the violation stated in. It is a blight on the community and has become an attractive nuisance, deeming it dangerous.
Okay. Now I see we have a city inspector here. Would she like to comment about is this one she'd like to comment about? She's got to unmute her mic though.
Yep, I did. So 913 Dewey is in my area, and it has been deteriorating for years prior to Tustin's purchase of it. When they purchased it, they stripped it down with only the benefit of a roofing permit. Only half the roof was technically completed, and it's just studs now.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add something.
Go ahead.
My personal goal for this property is to, we have been in communication with the owners within the last month, pretty intense. They've given us a list. They have a lot of properties in the city, and they've given us a list of how they're prioritizing their repairs, with all these properties. I would like, my goal is to get this moved up on their priority list as a higher priority to get it back into compliance. That's really the goal here. I don't really, it is dangerous because of the condition it's been left in, but I want it to get.
I agree. I think further discussion. Chuck, I know Andrew and Ben are not familiar with Mike and Roxanne Tustin, but Chuck and I are. There was a couple years ago, it got a little contentious on a Lake Street, property that was of a similar nature. Matter of fact, I see Rachel is present. She was one of the inspectors, and it could be the other one. I don't recall exactly. That there was, some bullying going on, and the attorney appeared and things of that nature. But at the same token, at the end of the day, what was also occurring is that they do a good job. It's just that they've got a little too much on the plate. So I hear with what you're saying. So how would you, so we can find, so we having discussion, do you want to have us set a time frame? And it's strange that it seemed like they'd want to appear on this too. I know before in the past they have appeared.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like for the board to, decide whether it's dangerous or not. And then we can work with them on their time frame.
Okay, all right. So we'll go finding of the fact. Andrew, would you like to go through and find of the fact here, please?
Sure. I find the fact for 913 Dewey shall include all the information included in the notice of determination dated February 1, 2021, and the summary information.
Okay. Support?
Aye.
Benjamin supports it. You want to take a roll call on that, Carlene, please?
Okay. Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Yes. And then we want to have a motion for finding of the fact, please. Ben? Find them.
I can motion to approve the finding of the facts.
Okay, second. Chuck, would you like to second that?
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call on the vote, please.
Okay, Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Yes. Okay. And then that next on the agenda brings us to 1039 Sherwood Avenue. And I think the same thing applies. Roger, do you want to get to with what you're looking to have done here? You want to do something similar?
Yes.
Okay.
930, or excuse me, 1039 Sherwood Avenue. Staff's recommendations is that the Building Board of Appeals finds the structure and grounds to be constitute a dangerous building and blight due to conditions and violations detailed in the 1/28/21 Building Board of Appeals Notice of Determination. And the violations consist of this property has been stripped down to the exterior substrate. The interior of this property is in uninhabitable condition and has remained in this condition for many months due to violations stated. It is a blight on the community and has become an attractive nuisance, deeming it dangerous.
Okay. All right. Would one of the housing inspectors, would you like to speak, or Sharon? Do you want to have any comments, Sharon, or one of the housing inspectors?
It's not in a historic district or in an area that was determined to be eligible to be a district.
True. Yep. True. Okay. I'm just saying relevant from a standpoint of, of the kind of their overall properties and things. They have a number of properties. So
up and down. I mean, they've done good work on some properties, but they have also let some other properties languish for a very long time. So
true. Okay.
All
right. And I'm sorry, go ahead. Marvel, you were saying.
Yes. At one point in time, they not long ago in 2020, they pulled a permit to do the work. However, that permit has expired. And they did send in a timeline request stating they might be done at the end of this year. So my property is not as bad as the one that Rachel is dealing with, because the roof is intact, but it's still very much so blighted and an eyesore to the community.
Okay. All right. So what we want to have is a finding of the fact. Benjamin, do you want to do that?
So this is a little different than from before, in the way that it's typed up. So I'll give a crack at it.
So what we're looking to do is to go through and find this as a dangerous, building, and then at this point, that's what we're going to do. Is it a dangerous building? And that's been the discussion that it has been. It's a blight, here.
Okay. So finding the facts, 1039 Sherwood, from the dangerous buildings notice of determination on January 28th, 2021. This property has been stripped down to the exterior substrate, and the interior of this structure is in uninhabitable conditions and has remained in this condition for many months.
Excellent. And then support, please, Chuck.
Yeah, I'll support.
Okay. Roll call, Carly.
Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Yes. And then I need a motion for finding of the fact. Andrew,
I motion to approve the finding of the fact.
second.
I'll second.
Benjamin will second. Roll call, please, Carly.
Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Yes. Okay. Well, that concludes the hearings so far. And then there are no rehearings, and then dropping down to other business. At that point, Roger, do you want to discuss with what you had initially?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. I want to discuss some of the previous cases that were brought before the board, just to give them an update on where they stand. From August, we had 218 Reverend Wright Court. No progress indicated on that property. So just wanted to update you.
So, okay, Roger. So with that in mind, what would you like the board to do?
No, I'm just updating.
Okay.
I'm not asking for any action.
Okay. You're not bringing it back in front of us yet.
No.
Okay.
1507 North Church.
Okay.
No permits on file. Observed owner cleaned out the inside. No additional work observed. Not been able to contact with owners for an update further than that.
Roger,
Yes.
he just called me yesterday
Okay.
and he did submit a repair commitment form, and he is asking like until I think October to get that work done, or at least significant progress.
Okay.
Roger, do you want us to act on what she just indicated? Would you want us to?
If we could read it into the record, so it's
Yeah.
on record that
Okay.
that's his intention. So we have.
So
that.
it's 15 North Church Street. What we'd like is to have a motion to extend the time frame until October of 2021. So, well, okay, I can't do that. I'm saying, okay, you want to do that motion, and then
What is that?
so what you're doing, a motion to on 1507 North Church Street is to extend the at city request, extend the time frame until October of 2021. That will be your motion, Chuck.
Yes.
Okay. And second?
Do you need the motion, Roger?
Yeah, he does. That's why I just read it. He does.
Okay.
So that's the motion that you're doing, Chuck, just to clarify. You know, I know it's been a minute since you've done this, you know, there, you know, on that. And then Andrew, would you like to second that?
I'll second it.
Okay. Roll call, Carlene, give you some practice.
Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Absolutely, yes. Okay.
Okay.
What else do you have, Roger?
1219 Palmer, new owners. The roof is done. Owners plan to work on the house over the next year and live there. Plans call for various improvements throughout next fall, and we'll be monitoring that.
I should probably ask Sharon, are any of these addresses, Sharon, they're not in the historic district, are they?
Nope, they're not.
Okay, I should, since you're right there, you know, I should ask. And then she said, well, wait, he didn't even ask me. It's like, okay, just to be sure. Okay. Okay, so on 1219 Palmer, so looking to extend, Roger, is that what you're looking to do?
I'm just giving an update. I'm not asking for board's action.
Okay, all right. All right.
Um,
Because yeah, I guess your hand was up there for a minute ago, but now it's not. Okay, you know.
1916 Stockbridge, it's a fire. It's on a demo bid list. The bid's been awarded, and it's pinned. That one is pending demolition.
Okay.
So,
is that something Scott's going to work on? They're gonna do that.
Well, it'll be.
Scott's just on. He heard his name, you know, here. So
it will be through our department. Our division.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
1716 East Alcott. 2 permits issued, 1 expired. Technical code for electrical, so consumers can re-energize. It has expired. No work being completed, no progress. By the end of March, we'll be placing that on a future demo list.
Okay.
So that will
okay.
be out to bid.
Okay.
And there's 3 of them from September that I want to update. 1418 Crom. We have 2 canceled permits, no work being done, and no permits filed. No owner contact. We'll be placing that on a bid list as well for demolition.
Okay.
And there's another one down at the end of that street, 1922 Crom.
Okay.
No work being done and no permits on file, no owner contact. that'll be being placed on a future bid list for demolition as well.
Okay.
And 1108 Charlotte, no work being done, no permits on file, no owner contact, no activity during site checks. Taxes are in foreclosure, and that will be being placed on a future demolition list, bid list for demolition.
And I see all those have no historic consideration from what everything I'm reading here too. So, okay.
And the second item I have is concerning our board.
Yes.
According to the city clerk, March will be the final meeting for Chuck Kiplinger and Richard Emick, as their term limits have been reached. So I wanted to talk to express that to the board so we can figure out what to do moving forward, because obviously Richard is our chairman. So
we've had some discussion here. Just so Chuck, if we do go there, we're getting our retirement Rolexes, by the way, from Speyman Jewelers. I just wanted to let you know that,
Great.
Too. So it's been a long time. Anyway, what I was earlier, I was talking with Roger that I had talked to, left a message for Roger about that, and then Deb Miller contacted me because. And this pertains to you and I, Chuck. When you and I joined, I joined in 2012, and Deb Miller recruited me because Sharon didn't want me on the historic board anymore, there. And so that was, you and I joined the Building Board of Appeals. And then there was consolidation because there was membership issue. This happened 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When it went to the dangerous buildings. And now, so it was Deb Miller's opinion that and I think Marcia has to check this, and then Scott, the city clerk, is that because of that consolidation, that we were available if we desired to be reappointed. Now, that was coming from Deb Miller, but Roger got the email from Scott, the city clerk. And I think Marcia has to get involved, because we certainly don't want to be like our past president where we have to get drug out of office, here, on that. So I would say we want to give them the opportunity to see if the commission will reappoint us under the idea that there were two separate boards. The boards consolidated until the building boards of appeals, if it's going to be acceptable that we would continue, or based on the old term limits of the Building Board of Appeals only. So I guess that's what we need to determine. Marcia, are you going to check into that or will you check into that with Scott?
I certainly will. And
Okay.
Communication will be sent to the board with that
Okay.
determination.
Okay, that sounds fair.
And then, Mr. Chairman, okay, based on that decision, we may have to have a special meeting, convene a special meeting to do reappoint, or to either reappoint or to appoint a new chairperson. I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, so March is the month. Are we looking at like the third week in March? Is that what we're looking at?
We can do it in conjunction with our regular meeting, or we can have a special meeting.
Okay. Well, I think depending on, how is our March number shaping up right now?
Looks like we got, we should have something for March. We'll have.
So I guess I'm thinking we should do it.
We can keep it, limited, so we don't have a forever meeting, so we can limit the amount of cases, so we can,
Okay, so is that still March 18th at 4? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that would be appropriate, and we can have that put into the agenda.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything? Go ahead.
it looks like Mr. and Mrs. Tustin has joined us. I see him on the screen now. So I don't know if we need to give them I don't know how long they've been in the meeting.
I don't know.
They've been in about 10 minutes.
Okay. Do we need to update them?
You can provide an update because the board has already made their decision. If they have a concern about the decision, they would have to file for reconsideration of your determination.
Okay.
They have to unmute their mic though. Mike and Roxanne Tustin, are you there?
I don't see him.
I see the mic muted, but I don't see their profile. You're not seeing their profile, are you, Roger?
Yeah, they just unmuted.
Okay, there we go. Good afternoon, Mike and Roxanne Tustin. How are you? I'm having some difficulty in hearing you. Maybe, are you on a laptop or a phone? Hello? I think I'm hearing other than communication than other than with us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, based on what Marcia said, I mean, we've already, I think, you can send them an update, certainly. Roger, you want to do that?
Yeah, they will get the decision letter.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fine, there. Yeah, I think we've complied.
Okay. No,
Okay.
I just didn't want, I didn't want to ignore them.
Truly, okay. Was there, so I know it dropped down to H, board member recruitment, which we're all aware of that, was there anything else that you would like to bring up, Roger?
No,
Or
I
anyone?
had.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other board questions? Okay, like a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good at this. Yeah, I was saying to Roger at the height of this, when all the pandemic was going, we were right in the chamber office, but now that it's rolling down, now we're on Zoom, here. So it's like, okay, that's fine. All right. Well, with that, I will sign off unless there's anything further.
Only about getting the minutes signed by Richard and then get them to me somehow. And I don't know
You
if
can bring down my retirement Rolex, here, that's fine. I can, yeah. However, if you want, do you want to scan and email it to me and I can send it back to you that way?
Okay, yep, I can do that.
Okay, but I'm not avoiding you coming down either way.
All right.
If you want to see me face to face, I'm here.
All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, was there a vote to adjourn?
Yes, there was.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there was. Yeah, Benjamin actually did it, and then we did a vote to adjourn. Okay.
Do we need to do a roll call then for that?
Carlene, would you like to do a roll call in the adjournment?
Sure. Andrew,
Yes.
Chuck,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Richard.
Richard, yeah, because they feel like Carlene's not working hard enough, so she's got to do a roll call on that too.
Yeah.
I'm all set. All of you have a good evening. Thank you very much for
All right, thank
participating.
you.
You all.
Thank you.
See ya.